The day we've all been waiting for, it's Medal Day, here from the Central Region Championship. First on the docket, the bronze medal game between the Toronto Titans and the Markham Waxers. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Angus Glen Community Centre and inside the broadcast booth. I'm Mitch Kane, bringing you today's action. These two teams met back on Wednesday, where it was the Toronto Titans taking down the Waxers by a score of 5-3. However, Noah Krula scored 2 power play goals in that game. He's out today. The Toronto Titans power play struggled in yesterday's match against the North Shore Whitecaps, going 0-for-7 in that game. Things to figure out on the power play without Krula there. We'll see how it plays out in the bronze medal match. A look at the starting goaltenders for tonight's game. On the home side, it's David Healy. He's been phenomenal in action throughout the week. A 3-1 record with a 1.51 goals against average and a .952 save percentage. On the other end, making his first appearance of the Central Region Championship, it's James Bruce, the U18 Markham Waxer. Gets called to action with Chikeli out, as the Whitby, Ontario native, just 15 years old, has a tall task in front of him dealing with the strong Toronto Titans. We'll now throw it down to rink level for player introductions as well as the playing of the Canadian national anthem.
At this time, we ask if you're able to please rise, remove your hats for the playing of O Canada.
Starting lineup for the home side. On the back end, it's Ryan Kamenker alongside the captain of the Titans, Connor Barrett. Up front, it's Michael Pavlovic alongside Connor Pursley and Michael Alexiou. On the visiting side for the host of the tournament, the Markham Waxers. On the back end, it's Fisher Ishwaran alongside Jackson Bodner. Up front, it's Ashton Ellis, Chase Martin, and Gavin Whiston. Bronze medal on the line. A chance to place on the podium. Both these teams wanting to play for gold. The Titans losing 3-2 against the Whitecaps. And the Markham Waxers held a 2-0 lead over the Waterloo Wolves in the first before the Wolves stormed back with 6 unanswered. As it's going to be Martin against Pavlovic on the opening draw. There's a look at big David Healy. He's been phenomenal throughout. Bronze medal match underway from the Angus Glen Community Centre. Kamenker takes in his own end. He'll spin it back far side for Barrett as he'll walk it up ice. Pursley fires it in off the dasher as It'll bounce in behind the goal of Bruce. Barrett controls. He'll walk it back to his own end as it's played to the far side. Kaminger loses control of it as he looks up ice, and he'll just return the feed to the near side. The captain over the middle. Barrett to the far side. Alexiou, he'll backhand it into the offensive end. Bruce out of his goal to play. He'll leave it off Bodner. Jam play at the side of the goal as he nearly turned it over. James Bruce, a member of the U18 Markham Waxers, had a 3.41 goals against average. Pursley, he'll move it up ice. Alexiou leaves it off. Pursley to Alexiou, and he's across the line, but offside. Pavlovic on the far side. When speaking to head coach Dan Daou of the Markham Waxers, in yesterday's game, the Waterloo power play went 3 for 3 in that game. Mentioning that his unit's got to be a lot stronger today against the Toronto Titans unit who had their power play struggles yesterday. Billingsley scoops behind his own goal, be moved off the dasher, moves right up the middle as Devenish controls. Nobly to the outside. Here comes Balanick with a burst of speed. Fires a shot off the short side. Armour down low. Balanick controls as he'll try and spin away from the check. Billingsley scoops it up, move to the near side. Over the middle for Belmonte as he'll chip it over the middle and go in on the chase. Armour first to it. He'll bash away at it, but scooped up by Belmonte. He'll leave it off. Taken away Devenish. Devenish through neutral. Knocked down by a stick of Billingsley as Markham back on the attack. Here comes Belmonte from a sharp angle. Belmonte backdoor feed. The shot misses wide of the target. Had Anselmo all alone on the back door. Moved up to the point. Billingsley not there as it'll go all the way back to Markham territory. DeFilippis scoops up the loose puck. He'll play it off the boards. Held in at the line. Balanick tries to center the pass as it gets tied up in the corner. DeFilippis battling his man. Puck finally comes free as it'll be moved on the near side. Kaminger near the blue line. He'll hit the brakes as he'll spin back. Tries to get away from danger. Just stays outside. Kaminger down low. Balanick in tight. Tries the jam play on Bruce, but it's turned away. Bruce getting early action here from the Titans as Angers will move it up ice the other way. He's across the line to the backhand, hits the brakes and will roll back. He gets taken into the boards as he lost his footing. Bodner scoops that away from Tavernise as he'll try and play it forward, taken away by O'Neill. O'Neill looking to roll it forward. He gets pinned off by the other 24 in Bodner. Puck goes free behind the Markham goal as Gatto will work it in transition. He'll take it to the outside, slow up across the line. Looking for the backdoor feed, taken away by Kaminger. Angers controls, they'll move it up the length of the ice. Trying to hit it off a skate on the Markham bench, looking for the too many call. But it skips by the foot of Gatto. Barrett behind his goal. He'll work it up ice, chipped off the boards, intended for Tavernise as O'Neill across the line. He'll leave it off Tavernise, a sharp angle shot blocked in front, and he'll take it for a skate behind the goal. Moves it up front, Tavernise just holds the line, he'll flip it through forward. Still with possession of it, he'll go for another skate behind the Markham goal. Tavernise flips it on the backhand in behind as Bruno tries to play it to open spaces. He'll pick up the loose puck. Bruno chips it around for Ahmed. Long lead feed, knocked down. O'Neill the other way. He'll wait on the half wall. Has it poked off his stick, moved right over the middle and be cleared to open as Pavlovic takes at the blue line. He'll spin back towards as Barrett fires it off the bench. Offside, the call. We'd like to say thank you to our partners for supporting today's event. Special recognition goes to Milk, a proud partner of the U18 AAA Central Region Championships. Dairy Farmers of Ontario are proud to support young athletes and encourage healthy, active lifestyles. Filipponi gets the center and fires it in deep as Billingsley will scoop behind his own goal. Billingsley to the near side as it'll be worked out McMullen. That one deflects off a Titan stick and into the offensive end. Barrett, back Filipponi. He'll work it over the middle as he'll just spin away from Whiston, who scored the overtime game-winning goal against the North Shore Whitecaps in the OMHA Championship. The Waxers a 17-11, 3-1 record this year in the OMHA, just a 1-3-1 record in round-robin play. The Toronto Titans 24-3-6 in the GTHL. They went 4-0-1. The lone overtime loss coming against the Waterloo Wolves. Armour behind the goal. Devonish moves it right up the middle. Pavlovic. He'll skate it out through neutral with a burst of speed. Off to the short side for Pursley. Backdoor feed. No one there as he was looking for Lacona. Lacona scoops up, moving over the middle. Puck gets knocked back out to neutral as Armour's going to have to skate back to it. Devonish. He'll chip it off the boards hard, right over the middle as it's taken in by Pavlovic. He's across the line with the burst speed, looking for the backdoor feed as it gets tipped away in front. Pursley with the steal. He take it on the near side as it's moved right over the middle, and working it in transition is Ellis. Ellis fires a shot that got tipped in front, high over the goal. Pavlovic, a nice move to evade Belmonte as he'll go the other way. Pavlovic across the line, tries the toe drag move. It gets knocked away by the stick of Bodner, and Markham with it the other way. Walsh gets knocked to the ground. Tied up on the boards as it pops up and into the Toronto bench for another stoppage. When talking to Jason Nobley about the new look power play with Krula out of the lineup, he's mentioned that his team's been resilient. They've adjusted all season long. They've had weeks of missing key guys throughout the season. Michael Alexiou will take his spot on the top unit when the Titans power play does roll out today. Kalanick tries to escape the zone. Ansimo knocks it down. Belmonte in tight. Nice knock away by Kamenker. Kamenker scoops it up as he'll chip, try and move it forward. Got caught up in the linesman feet as he'll be moved to the far side corner. DeFilippis first to it. He'll hit the brakes behind the goal as moves it right over the middle. Angers holds the line. It's swung down low and into the corner. Nobley behind the goal. Trying to work it up to the point as he'll get pinned off by Bodner. Cutting over the middle. Balanick up high. A nice move to the back end. One-time feed. Great save by Bruce. Getting acclimated to the U18 action early here as Anselmo in transition. Markham with numbers. Backdoor feed. Great knockdown by Kamenker. He's been phenomenal all week. But a big turnover force there as shot will be flipped in on Healy, and he waits for the whistle. Wanted a cover there with Aloisi bearing down on him. David Healy, the Mississauga, Ontario native, fantastic in the GTHL this season. A 14-3-4 record with 8 shutouts. A 3-1 record here at the Central Region Championships alongside 2 shutouts. Gata gets pinned off on the hash marks. Costanza looking to help his line mate out as Gata looks to work it free. It'll be taken away by Barrett as Alexiou moves it behind the goal. Filipponi. Gata pressuring him as Alexiou moves it up to the far side. Sulage. He'll get across the line, return feed over the middle as it jumps the stick of Alexiou. Filipponi on the attack. He'll take to the outside. Long shot on. Goes wide of the goal. Barrett at the point. Long shot in. Misses wide. Sulage scoops up the rebound behind. He'll chip it off the boards. Barrett fakes the shot. Will move it across the line. Filipponi down low. As it's knocked away, Gata clears the line as the long pass intended for Silver hits off his stick and into the offensive end, but Barrett scoops it up first. He'll get to center, fire right on goal. Big rebound out to the slot as Ahmed scoops it up first. Goes back to the point. Alexiou holds. He'll swing it down low, crashing the net. Backdoor feed is a turn away by the right pad of Bruce and escapes the line. Far side just offside as Pursley got a step. This puck stoppage is brought to you by Baron Rings, the official championship ring provider of the U18 AAA Central Region Championships. Baron Rings proudly celebrates the achievements of athletes by creating lasting symbols of success and excellence. Shots 3-1 in favor of the Titans in the early going. Devenish right over the middle. He was looking for his defense partner Armour as the puck will clear back to the Toronto end. Devenish long feed off the boards. Bouncing puck. Contained by O'Neill. O'Neill a nice move around Whiston as he has a burst of speed in the offensive end. O'Neill, puck bounce off stick, right back to it. He fires a shot. He scores! Jaden O'Neill gets the Titans on the board in the bronze medal game. Jaden O'Neill had trouble containing the puck in the offensive end, got it back and fires it past Bruce for his second goal of the championship. Saw the lane in the offensive end, worked to the outside, tried to pull the trigger, but the puck wasn't there as got to the outside, lifts it up and over the glove side of Bruce. Titans lead 1-0. O'Neill off the skate, back on side. It'll be offside, the call.
Time of goal, 8 minutes, 33 seconds. O'Neill from Tavernese and Devenish at 8:33.
Tavernese and Devenish with the assist for Tavernese. That's his 4th point of the championship. For Devenish, his 5th. Davis Devenish, the Toronto, Ontario native, been very productive on the back end here for the Titans in the championship as the puck will be knocked forward. Devenish knocks it down with a glove. Bodner scoops. He'll move it to his defense partner. Return feed, Bodner. Long pass up the middle as it'll be tipped in by Ellison in the offensive end, and he'll get a change. Whiston in the offensive end, plays it over the middle, intercepted by Pavlovic as he'll move it to the outside. Lacona tries to shuffle it around Martin as it gets knocked back behind the goal. Pursley chips it back for Devenish. He'll bring it around Armour. Whiston lays the check on Devenish as Armour's out with speed the other way. Armour across the blue line, stick handling to the outside, puck knocked down and taken away by the Waxers. Here comes Whiston the other way. That one jumps off his stick as Pursley flicks it down the other way. This is the first 12 o'clock start for the Waxers all tournament. They played the 7 p.m. nightcap game throughout the round robin and played at 3:30 in yesterday's semifinal. Halfway through the first period, Titans leading 1-0. Puck to the near side as across the line is Bruno. He'll take it to the backhand, working on Angers. Jam play at the side, turned away by Healy. That one escapes all the way back out to neutral as Ishran on the attack. Titans going for a change. He'll just fire it towards the goal from outside the blue line as Walsh rings it back Angers. Angers flips it around as Walsh taps it forward, held into the line. Long shot, misses wide on the near side. Pursley chips it forward. Nobley, 2-on-1 for the Titans. Nobley looking to settle. Backdoor feed, and it's turned away by Bruce. Right back out in front as Walsh couldn't beat the young goaltender. Markham looking for the exit pass as Cladis will tap it forward. Angers controls. Kamenker up the middle, Balanik. He'll take it to the outside. Balanik with a nice move. Over the middle. He'll slow up and fires the shot as it handcuffs Bruce, but he gets the quick cover as he'll turn away the shot. James Bruce, a 7-10-1 record with the U16 Markham Waxers this season. The Whitby, Ontario native, just 15 years old, entering today's action. His first appearance of the Central Region Championships. This one slapped across. Anselmo on side, looks to return feed. Belmonte a shot, he scores! Noah Belmonte ties the game at 1. A beautiful give and go between Anselmo and Belmonte. And the Waxers even it all at 1 in the bronze. The long feed on the far side sprung Anselmo into the zone and left Belmonte all alone. 1-on-1 with Healy as he'll put it to the far glove side and in the back of the net. The Waxers have tied it. Billingsley Moves it up, Anselmo across the line. Looking for the exact same play, but Barrett covers off Belmonte this time. Up to the point. Big Moan, long shot in, will block it away. Jam play the side, turned away by Healy. Aloisi behind the goal.
11-11.
As Alexiou plays it around, Barrett up to the point, it clears the line as here comes Balanik the other way. He's got a burst of speed, slows up over the middle, firing a shot, turned away by the glove of Bruce. Balanik down towards the goal line. Right in the slot, Alexiou, a long pass comes across. Too hot for Sulich. Balanik with it in the corner. He'll spin back as he has it taken away, and Billingsley works it out the other way. Billingsley to the red line, to the outside. Whiston drops it off. Anselmo, bouncing puck, will be knocked away by Devenish as Alexiou goes the other way. Has that knocked off his stick, moved right back over the middle. Anselmo in the line for Belmonte. Anselmo scoops up the loose puck as it goes between his legs. Balanik going the other way with speed. Balanik to the outside. He fires a shot, blocked in front by D. Philippus. Up and into the netting. Lucas Balanik has been fantastic through the Central Region Championship. 5 goals and 4 assists for the Toronto, Ontario native. Pinaretta on the far side draw. He'll get tied up as D. Philippus controls. Right over the slot. A shot on. Rebound chance at the side of the goal as Bruce turns away the initial shot from O'Neill. Devenish off the boards, bouncing puck. Toronto right back on the attack. O'Neill in, battling with Gata. Move right back door as Tavernise couldn't fight it home. Bodner throws Tavernise into the boards as it comes free and will be taken away. Moved up for Gata. He has trouble clearing the line as he'll be worked out to neutral. Silver dancing around to the outside. Leaves it off Costanza to the backhand. He'll get hemmed off as it'll be taken away Devenish. To O'Neill. He'll work it out across center. Gata hounding him. Tries the center of the puck as Pinaretta scoops it up right to the slot. He was trying to find the stick of Tavernise, but it's taken away by Aloisi. Costanza. No offside tag up, says the linesman. It'll be worked near side for O'Neill. O'Neill bouncing puck, taken by Tavernise. He's got a break chance. Shot up and over the goal. Tavernise worked himself one-on-one with Bruce, but elevates too high. Martin the other way. He'll leave it off Whiston. Backdoor feed. He was looking for the slap pass on the back door as Ellis couldn't connect with Martin. Pursley across the line. Tries to dangle around Ahmed as he'll just push the puck to the corner. Big hit by Pursley behind the goal. Martin remains on the puck. He'll leave it off for Ahmed. Well, Ahmed waits behind the goal. Moves in near side, Whiston. He'll drop it back. That one skips the stick of Martin as Ahmed back to it first. He's got a hustle. Lacona strips him of the puck. Lacona behind the goal. Net comes off as Markham gets a much needed stoppage. Shots 8-3. Nearly 15 minutes into the first. Entropy, the official online championship apparel provider, offers championship gear. Available for order now. Nobly on the draw for the Titans. He'll win it back as Anger steps up on the puck, tries to move it to the corner. It's scooped up. Sharp angle shot is elevated by Balanik up and into the netting. Balanik had a prime chance there. Puck took some weird bounces, ends up right on the stick of the dangerous goal scorer for the Titans. Balanik from the shooter slot. He'll take it right off the draw as it's missed wide on the short side. Puck over the middle as Bruno comes forward to the outside. A long shot in. That misses on the wide side of Healy. Puck comes all the way around for Walsh. forward, a nice move to keep it in. Long shot in, glove down by Healy. Making it look effortless out there is David Healy. Christian Bruno, a really strong tournament for the Markham Waxers. A goal and assist, but he's been very productive in the offensive end. This one dropped off. Filipponi will work it out. He'll dance it over neutral as Walsh, looking for the return feed, finds the stick of Nobley, but it's deflected wide. Anselmo up the middle. He gets the return feed from Belmonte. His pocket's picked by Barrett and moved out to neutral. McMullen try and get away from the hounding stick of Balanik as he makes a nice move into the offensive end. McMullen to the backhand. The shovel shot scooped up by Healy as McMullen comes in hard, driving the goal. Liam McMullen, the 2009 born defenseman, led the team in assists this season with 22. He had a very strong season, tallying 29 points in the OMHA this season for the Waxers. He's got 3 assists here at the Central Region Championship. Alexiou against Belmonte on the draw. There'll be one back. Bodner, long shot in, scooped up by Healy. Rebound chance as Healy quickly pounces on the loose puck. Andrew Aloisi driving the goal hard there. He had 5 points for the Waxers. He's got a goal in the Central Region Championship. It came in yesterday's semifinal against the Wolves. Tied up, Barrett takes behind the goal. Toronto captain will wait, but Aloisi not letting him wait too long. Return feed as Belmonte takes him into the boards. He'll be chipped up the ice as he'll be scooped up first by Filipponi. Barrett waits as it's knocked off his stick. He'll pause behind the Toronto goal. It's moved off Filipponi. Long feed over the middle, knocked down by a stick in neutral. Alexiou will regroup. Filipponi waits. Anthony Filipponi, 12 points on the season. He's got 2 assists this week. To the outside, he'll leave it off at the point. Long shot in, misses wide on the short side of Bruce. Alexiou tries his center as Aloisi will move it out. A nice toe drag around one man as Anselmo fires it around the boards into the offensive end. Healy out to Devenish. The return feed for Filipponi as tries to move it right behind the goal. Andrew Aloisi not making life easy for the Titans here with the defensive pressure in the offensive end. Alexiou to the outside, great move, gets around one, but DeFilippis takes him to the outside as he'll scoop up the loose puck. Suledge, puck bounces off a stick, a nice move by Armour into the offensive end. Armour drops it off for Alexiou. Goes between his legs, gets tied up in the feet as Bodner controls in his own end. He'll work it out with pace. Bodner to the red line, rings it around the boards. Healy can't slow it up. Costanza first to it. It'll be chipped off the boards as Gata behind the goal. Tries to move it out front quickly. It'll be taken away. Pinaretta, and he's got a burst of speed. Look at Pinaretta fly through the neutral zone. Onside, takes it over the middle to the backhand. Chance it tight. Rebound chance as it's fired wide of the goal. Pinaretta back with it in neutral as he'll spin back the other way. Waxers forwards going for a change. Pinaretta drops it off. O'Neill shot off the post. Armour holds the line. It's a bouncing puck just held at the blue. Armour over the middle. O'Neill a shot. That one stopped in front, up and out of play. Jaden O'Neill searching for his second of the game. A couple close chances for the big forward. He had 11 goals on the regular season in the GTHL. Has 2 goals here in the regional championship. He flicked on the back end as Devenish knocks it down. Ishwaran back first to it. Chipped off the boards. Ellis looks to move between the legs. They'll be held in by O'Neill as he's back on the attack. O'Neill a spinning attempt to try and get the stick free, but Ishwaran knocks it down. Whiston, backhand feed through. Martin takes from a sharp angle off the side of the goal and up and off the glass. Ellis moves it back over the middle as it's knocked down, where O'Neill will take it away. O'Neill tries to dance through Ahmed. Still get taken into the boards. Last minute of play here in the first. Bouncing puck as Nobley scoops it up first. Nobley from the outside, a long shot in, turned away by the right foot of Bruce. Ahmed behind the goal, being hounded by Nobley, looking to get rid of that puck, but it's taken away by the Titans. Centering pass was intercepted by the Waxers as Ellis to the outside. He'll chop it off of Kamaker and in deep as the Waxers will go for a wholesale change. Kamaker builds up speed behind the goal. 24 seconds left to play in the first. Kamaker over the middle, tries to make a move, still with the puck, shot off the side of the goal. It would have been a highlight reel goal for Kamaker. Balanik, he's over the middle, waits, fires a shot off the short side. Rebound chance turned away by Bruce. The Toronto Titans giving James Bruce all they could in the first. The 2010 born goaltender stops 11 of 12 in the first frame. 20 minutes down here at the bronze medal game. The Toronto Titans and the Markham Waxers tied at 1 goal apiece. Second period action coming right up next.
Support of the 2026 U18 AAA Central Region Championship.
Got something to call mine. Oh, I need someone to talk to right now. Oh, we are on the way. Starting today.
The TELUS Cup is coming to Peterborough. Canada's men's U18 National Club Championship is taking over the Peterborough Memorial Centre. From the opening face-off to the final goal of the championship game, the TELUS Cup delivers unforgettable moments at the highest level of U18 hockey in Canada. Be there for every moment. Get your tickets now at hockeycanada.ca/TELUS Cup.
Gold medal winner!
There's change, and change is always good.
I'd like to continue making sure freedom of movement is smooth. It's easier for kids to play, making sure as many kids who want to play can play, making sure that the OHF is well managed financially, well governed. Those things they're not sexy, but they're important.
Being part of the future of hockey, I'd like to make sure that hockey continues being hockey. My goal also is to be that devil's advocate, helping understand and question what we are doing to make sure that it is the right thing to do in the future.
progress that I would like to see is to really continue to push the game and to push the quality of our events and the player experience, and bring in some new and exciting and innovative initiatives like online streaming for our OHF championships.
For me, it's all about the players. They will always need support. We need to nurture their well-being physically, emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. How can we do that in a good way? What does that look like? Growth and development, what change looks like in a good way, the culture and respect and integrity for the benefit of the players, and accessibility at all levels. So recruitment and retention for players. How do we get volunteers on board? How do we keep them involved? And how can we make that process streamlined and easier for that to happen?
What I would like to see is spend more time on recreational hockey and provide the recreational player who make up most of our membership feel more important and more worthy of the attention that some of the representative teams and people get, and translate that into the recreational stream.
It's an avenue by which players get to participate in a recreational activity that's structured, that's safe, and that, as I said previously, produces some pretty good citizens.
What progress I'd be looking for are just continued work towards inclusion, diversity, making the game more affordable, making the game easily accessible in terms of registration, and also continue the path of continued growth within hockey.
The vision of hockey in Ontario is a very complicated issue. There are a lot of people that have a lot of different views about what it should be. We work together better now than we ever have. We're on the same page more now than we ever have. So my job is to listen to people.
I'm most excited about the leadership role that OHF is taking on, and you can really see it in the customer service that's being delivered. Always thinking about the players and always thinking about the experience of enriching communities through hockey.
Success as chair to me would be having people say the members of the Ontario Hockey Federation get along better than they've ever gotten along. We collaborate more than we've ever collaborated. We trust each other more than we've ever trusted each other. If we all communicate and we all trust each other, we'll all make progress.
Personally, receiving the scholarship, it's meant a lot to me. It kind of brought some light to what had happened to me. I wasn't able to work for about 6 months. It's helped me and my family a lot, just paying for school and it being less of a burden. I want kids to have the same experience I had when I was a kid. I think a lot of people bond over hockey and what it's given to them, so I want to give the same to the future youth.
As someone that never played at a high level of hockey, I never really imagined being a professional referee until 2022. And I really thought, where could this job go? So I played A in Mississauga, and the association reached out to our team for timekeepers. And when I wanted to start, they offered me a position to start officiating. From then, just climbing through the ranks of the Mississauga Hockey League, Greater Toronto Hockey League, and into the Ontario Hockey League. Not playing at a high level is one thing that sticks out when you go to referee at a high level. I feel like I have something to prove going into these bigger games and big rinks. Some coaches know that you never played at a high level, so how could you be refereeing? And it's important to remind yourself that you're there for a reason, just like they are. Your name didn't fall out of a hat and all of a sudden you're refereeing a professional hockey game. Off seasons are where you make the most gains as an official and player. Something that I think is very important as an official that didn't play high-level hockey is your skating ability. Take power skating lessons, sit on the ice, whether it's with your friends or alone, and get skated. As you climb the ranks and start to officiate major, junior, and professional hockey, you really start to notice the difference that communication makes with the players, coaches, other officials, and above. Staying composed, professional, and handling pressure is very important. Stakes are so high that we need to make correct, accurate decisions as best as we can. We don't get replays like you do at home watching the TV. We've got to make it that split second, and it's got to be as accurate as possible. I think in Getting into officiating can be daunting at times. You get yelled at, people think you're wrong, when really most of the time you are right. You start second-guessing your abilities and you get discouraged. So I think just reminding yourself that all the hard work and dedication that you put into over the years, it's very rewarding in the end.
So that specific shooting drill that we were working on today is to help give them those extra shooting techniques so that in a game-like situation, they're not just using one or two, they've got multiple ways of being able to shoot the puck. Not only does that make it more difficult for the defenseman to defend, but also for that goaltender to not only track it, but making sure that they're able to square up on the puck as well. So just helps them become more of that lethal player that they're looking for at that elite level.
Out here, we're working on a lot of transitioning, walking the blue line, puck retrievals. Lots of that has to do with being able to take good angles to pucks, good routes to pucks, being able to shoulder check, being able to execute some deception. There's a setup, there's a trap, there's a payoff to every move. So making sure that the players are understanding the process in how to identify danger, identify options, and how to misdirect players under a stressful environment.
So a lot of our focus points here at the Program of Excellence Under 15 is going to be helping the goaltenders a lot with their preparation before the shot. Things like leading with the eyes, scanning the ice before they make their movements, being able to put themselves into the right places at the right times, and ultimately set themselves up for success when the shot comes off the stick. We're also going to be tying in a couple small technical areas where we're talking about a lot of sequencing in their movement, about how the body is supposed to operate from the top of the head down into their skates in order to generate that real strong and effective movement.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, for second period action here of the bronze medal game of the U18 AAA Central Region Championship. After 20 minutes of play, we are deadlocked at a 1-1 tie. It was Jaden O'Neill who opened the scoring, followed by Noah Belmonte to tie the game for the Waxers. Shots on goal, 11-7 in favor of the Titans in that first period, putting a lot of pucks to the front of the goal against first-time goaltender James Bruce. He was a goalie for the U16 Waxers. As we're underway, second period action. Bronze medal on the line. Puck knocked down in neutral as Ishran moves it forward. It'll be knocked down by a stick, but controlled by Whiston. He'll slap it on the back doors. It's intercepted by Barrett, and Balanik moves it in transition. Walsh across the line. He'll wait. Tries to send a backdoor feed for Balanik, but it's intercepted by Bodner. Long lead feed off the foot of Ellis as it's intercepted by Nobley. Balanik across the line to Nobley. He's in, turned away by the blocker of Bruce. Big save by the young netminder as he denies Dylan Nobley, son of Jason Nobley. Bodner gets to the red line, flails it around the boards as Healy out to slow it up. Chipped forward as Nobley scoops, and he'll work it to the outside. Nobley across the line, over the middle, fires the shot just wide of the target. Armour, long shot in, misses wide of the goal. Billingsley works it out the other way. Long lead feed, knocked down by the stick of Nobley, but slapped into the offensive end. O'Neill hounded away as it's poked free. Aloisi swings it down low as Belmonte to the puck. He'll be played over the middle and knocked down by Billingsley around the boards. Anselmo can't contain as Toronto will move it out to center. McMullen up for Belmonte. Over the middle, waits. Backdoor feed intended for Aloise. He couldn't fit it through. O'Neill moves it out. Walsh poked away by McMullen. Scooped up by Armour. He gets it up for O'Neill. O'Neill has his pocket picked by Anselmo as it's intercepted by O'Neill at the blue line. Pinaretta on it first. He'll send it all the way back for Devenish. Devenish works it up the ice. He'll get to center and flip it into the near side corner. McMullen moves it behind the goal, all the way around for Gatta. Can't clear the line as it does finally come free, and Billingsley up and in the rush. Billingsley fires a shot up and over the goal. O'Neill. Bouncing puck as Billingsley scoops it up. Sharp angle shot up and over the target of Healy as puck clears all the way back out to the Markham end. Gatta controls behind his own net, being hounded by Tavernese as he'll get it off for D. Philippus. Return feed Gatta as Costanza takes it over the middle. Tried to move it for Silver as Silver's way offside as Costanza will just fire it into the offensive end. Angers works it out. It gets caught in his feet as Gatta comes down on the defenseman as he'll knock him to the ice. Kamaker to the outside, working on Bodner. He'll ring it around the boards. Gladys, he'll take right over the middle, intended for Silver, tipped into the offensive end, no icing the call. Pinaretta back first to it. Cuts over the middle as Pinaretta up for Tavernese, connects on the long pass. Tavernese hits the break at the hash marks. He'll spin back towards the blue line, backhand pass over the middle, knocked down. Kamaker in the slot to the backhand, backdoor feed just outside the reach of Pinaretta. Pass right back over the middle, no one in a blue shirt contains. Long shot from the point, bouncing puck. Pursley couldn't get a stick on it. Puck comes free for Bodner as he'll work it out the other way. Ford tips it forward by a stick as Gladys leaves it off Ford. Ford from a sharp angle, whiffs on the shot as it's taken away by the Titans. Now a chance the other ways. The pass up will be taken. Pavlovic into the zone, tries to move it through a sea of skates as Ishran moves it to the side. Ford. Pass up Whiston. Whiston looking to scoop up the puck. He bashes it off the linesman's leg as Pavlovic's in on across the line. Pavlovic to the backhand. Shovel pass across, intended for Lacona. Couldn't fit it through. Long dumping attempt as he'll be moved to the weak side of the ice. Ahmed off the dasher as Lacona rings it around. Ishwaran first to it. He'll move it over the middle, intercepted by Pavlovic. Right over the middle, taken by Barrett. He'll walk into the slot. It's knocked off his stick, taken to the sideboards. Lacona, he'll pin it up as Ahmed comes in on the check. Pavlovic knocks it free as he'll come to the near side. Ford has to get back on it first. Ford been in and out of the lineup for the Waxers this week as he's taking the spot of Reed Smith, who's missing his second straight game due to injury. Took a shot in Friday's night's game against the Wolves off the back of the leg from a teammate. He's missed the last two. As Filipponi's shot, rebound by Tomovsky, is turned away by Bruce. Aloisi the other way, Gata across the line. Backdoor feed intended for Belmonte, couldn't fit it through. This one worked up the near side, intended for Tomovsky, as the pass will go errantly into Markham territory where Billingsley will move it across the line. Billingsley has that forward into the offensive end as it'll be scooped up and rang around the boards by the Titans. Tomovsky over the middle, held by Belmonte at the line. Long shot tipped in front, up and out of play. First whistle of the period coming 5 minutes and 57 seconds into the second. As we'd like to say thank you to our partners for supporting today's event. Special recognition goes to Milk, a proud partner of the U18 AAA Central Region Championships. Dairy Farmers of Ontario are proud to support young athletes and encourage healthy, active lifestyles. Nobley in his own end. Chips it off the boards, intended for Balanik, left off for Nobley. He'll take it across the blue line. Nobley, long shot in, turn away with the right pad as Bruce has to poke check it away. Belmonte works it out as Balanik gets the stick check on him and played back into the offensive end. Belmonte, he'll wait, move it forward as it's chipped off the boards and knocked back by a stick. Billingsley, a nice move. He gets to the outside and across the line, but it's taken away by Balanik. Balanik's stick knocked out of his hands, no call as McMullen moves it to the far side. Aloisi, backdoor feed. A sharp shot from Anselmo is turned away by the right pad of Healy. Balanik with it the other way. He gets across the line. Feed down for Walsh. Looking for the backdoor tip to Nobley. Couldn't get it through the stick of McMullen. As he takes a look at the stick. Nobley from the slot. Rebound chance. Looking to get to his forehand as it's blocked off by Anselmo. Nobley over the middle. Gets it to the outside Kamiker. Down low Balanik. Walks the goal line and waits. Belmonte hounds him. Balanik looking to get over the middle as he'll cut it to the outside. Trying to get in front. Shakes off the check. Shovel shot towards the goal. Turned away by Bruce. Nobley looking to work it over the middle. He gets pinned in the boards by Billingsley. He'll play it high off the glass and it ticks the netting and will go up and out of play. Toronto with the pressure in the offensive end. They've been all over the places. Here's the last chance with Nobley getting knocked around before it flicked high and out of the zone. Tavernese gets the draw to Pinaretta as he'll knock down the loose puck. It comes to the line, scooped up by Whiston, and Markham moves the other way. Martin offside as the Waxers have to tag up. Pinaretta across the red line. Knocked down Billingsley. It goes to the outside where Tavernese to it first. Tadeo Tavernese, he scored in yesterday's semifinal. Long shot from the point of Kamiker. Got tipped in front, up and out of play. Toronto throwing everything they can towards the young goaltender, James Bruce. He's stopped 14 of 15 to this point against the GTHL champions. Pinaretta and Martin on the draw. Will be one clean by Martin as it will be rung around the boards. Whiston scoops up the loose puck. He'll try and chip it around, but it's knocked down. And Toronto back on the attack. O'Neill to the outside. Just onside are the Titans, where the loose puck will be scooped up by DeFilippis. He'll deliver the reverse check on Tavernese as he banks it off the back of the net. Pinaretta over the middle as O'Neill across the line. Tavernese forward. Pinaretta in the offensive end. He drops it off as he'll come towards the goal, scooped up by Bodner before Bruce could cover. Bodner can't clear the line. O'Neill from the slot. A shot turned away by Bruce. The rebound was there, but the Titans couldn't scoop it up. Pinaretta looks to turn it right back in. Here comes Filipponi across the line to the outside. Tavernese, a long shot up and over the target. Weird bounce off the end boards as O'Neill's slap shot attempt misses wide. Filipponi down to the corner. Bodner bashes it away from him. Held to the line. Filipponi walks over the middle. He gets it to Barrett. The long shot in misses wide of the target. Pinaretta. Toronto with full pressure here in the offensive end. He'll be moved over the middle. Ellis looking to escape. Can't get it clear of the line. Toronto still on the attack here as they'll get a change. Bodner up the middle. Intended for Martin as he'll showcase some quick hands. Martin to the outside. Tries to tuck it home on the back door. Couldn't squeeze it through. Markham getting a much needed change as Ahmed will leave it off Ishwaran, the member of the Cleveland Barons U16 side earlier this season, as it's taken to the outside. Costanza drives the front of the net. He gets a shot off, turned away by Healy. Weird bounce off the linesman as it comes right back out. Healy has to make a big time save. Pursley moving the other way as Pavlovic had a glove taken off, Tomovsky now behind the goal. Bouncing puck over the middle. Gata ties up Pavlovic as he'll give an extra shove to the Toronto forward. Pavlovic, he gets free. In alone with Bruce. Tries to tuck it home on the back door. Puck still loose. Pavlovic scoops it up high. Armour, long shot in, turned away by the blocker of Bruce. Barrett from the sharp angle. Rebound chance. It's still loose in the crease. Comes back up top. Barrett. He's working on Silver. He'll get chopped down low as Ishwaran sees daylight and he'll move it out to center. No icing the call as Markham goes for a wholesale change. Puck comes around to the near side as Tomovsky, the member of the U16 Titans, one of the 21st forwards, long shot in, turned away by Bruce. Rebound chance. Tomovsky bashes away at it as he gets taken into the boards. Pavlovic works it to the point. Armour rings it around for Tomovsky. That one jumps off his stick as Sulich scoops it up. It'll be batted out, and Gladys moves it in transition. Markham with numbers. It'll be chipped into the offensive end as Armour goes back to retrieve. Bruno holds the line as he'll skate downhill. Left the puck behind, but he's back on it as he cycles it down low into the corner. Lacona comes away with it as he'll go for a skate behind his own goal. Lacona building up speed. Here he comes through the neutral zone, working on Billingsley to the backhand, and he'll take it all the way behind the Markham goal. Shuffle pass to the front of the goal, knocked away by Bruno as Ford goes in transition. Ford across the line, he'll hit the brakes, looking for the backdoor feed. The tip play in front, knocked away by the sticks of the Titans as Ford nearly got the rebound back. Lacona on the far side, he'll go behind the goal. As it comes free, Kamaker spins away from Bruno as it's rang around the near side and comes all the way up for Lacona. He bashes away at it as Aloisi over the middle on the ice, moves it to the outside, return feed Belmonte near side as he fires a shot in it. Handcuffs Healy up and out of play. The big net minder for the Titans having to make a swift save. He takes it off the shoulder and redirects it into the netting. The OHF is pleased to partner with HTG Sports Services as its exclusive accommodation services provider. HTG is committed to providing support services for athletes, teams, and communities across Ontario. Toronto with a lot of offensive pressure here in the second. We're just 12 minutes through as Markham looking for the tiebreaker. DeFilippis, he scores! Dominic DeFilippis fires it past Healy, and Markham has their first lead of the bronze medal game. The clearance attempt was intercepted, and DeFilippis just takes it the other way, fires the quick snapshot past Healy, and the Waxers lead 2-1. Dominic DeFilippis, the Markham, Ontario native, his first goal of the champion ship. Chipped off the boards as Filipponi controls. DeFilippis played one game for the Georgina Ice in Junior C action earlier this season.
Unassisted, time of goal, 12 minutes, 16 seconds. DeFilippis unassisted at 12:16.
Near side as Tavernese across the line. He'll take it behind the goal. Toronto now searching for the equalizer. Now we knocked off the stick. Aloisi controls as Belmonte has the bouncing puck controlled. DeFilippis right up the middle. Belmonte to the outside. Anselmo looking for the return feed to Belmonte. Couldn't squeeze it through. As that one off the Markham bench for another whistle. Dominic DeFilippis, just 4 games played for the Waxers this season for the 2008-born defenseman, as he has the deciding goal to this point in the bronze medal game. Ahmed to the near side, Ishwaran. They'll try and move it back across as it's knocked down and controlled by Ahmed. The Stouffville, Ontario native moves it out. Ishwaran looking to flick it out, but is knocked down the line. Balanik, he fires a shot turned away by Bruce. Big bounce off the end boards as Ishwaran controls. Nobly takes it behind the goal. Up top, Filipponi walks the line. Turn feed Nobly. Across the line, Barrett. He makes a nice move to get around Ellis. In the slot, fires the shot wide. Net comes off as Toronto was pressing in the offensive end again, pushing for the tying goal. James Bruce playing phenomenally here in his first action of the U18 Central Region Championship. He stopped 16 of 17 to this point. 6:16 to play in the second. Nobly wins the draw back. Quick one-time shot by Balanik off the draw. It's blocked in front, and the Waxers are in transition. Silver across the line. He takes it to the near side boards as it'll be pinned up. And it's fought free. It clears the line and will be played to the far side. Markham has to tag up as Armour will take. Devonish, long lead feed, looking for Balanik in behind the defense. Didn't quite have a burst of speed with him as Billingsley will take it away from him. Billingsley making 3 Titans miss here as he'll take it into the offensive end. Billingsley to Costanza looking for the backdoor feed. Couldn't get it through to Silver. McMullen across the line. Tied up as taken away Silver. He gets to the goal. Jam play at the side. Healy can't find it. Loose puck bashing away to Healy. Finally on top of it as Markham nearly extending the lead. Gatorade, the official sports and nutrition beverage of the U18 AAA Central Region Championships, fueling athlete hydration and recovery to keep performance at its peak throughout the championship. Healy just trying to stay big there while down low with the puck loose and so many sticks bashing away at it. Had to make a quick save. I don't even think he saw the puck. Just hits his pad and finally saw it and able to get the rebound. Lacona, he'll get it across the line as Pursley hasn't knocked off his stick, doesn't clear the line. Kamiker will advance. Moves it back for Pursley. Down low, Lacona taking it into the boards. Comes free and up to the line. Kamiker walks, fires a shot just wide of the target. Lacona tries to slam it home on the rebound. Pursley holds the line as DeFilippis takes. Moves it over the middle, but hits the boot of Bruno as he'll quickly shuffle it to the neutral zone, but Lacona back on the attack. Plays it all the way around the boards as DeFilippis there first. Pursley laying the check on him as Pavlovic looking to work it free. Pavlovic over the middle, up to the point for Kamiker. Jumps off his stick as he'll work over the middle. Pavlovic setting the screen for him as Pavlovic back on the puck. Poked away by Bruce. Pavlovic getting hacked at as it's worked out by Ford. Ford saucer pass forward for Gladys as He'll ring it around the boards. Markham goes for a wholesale change. Bodner, the only one staying on. Belmonte knocks it away as Ahmed controls. He'll go back for Bodner. Montreal, Quebec native. Return feed Ahmed off his skate and up to Aloisi. Move forward. Belmonte tries to tuck it home. Couldn't get it around the big right pad of Healy. Aloisi rings it around. Belmonte goes for the check on Angers as it's worked free for Pavlovic. Pavlovic across the line. Leaves it off Lacona over the middle. To the backhand. Lacona shuffles it forward as he takes behind the goal. Look to move it back out quickly, but hits it off the side of the net. And it'll be cleared out by Markham. That one jumps off the stick of Aloisi as Barrett protects and takes into the offensive end. Anselmo picks up the loose puck. Cuts towards the middle and shovels it to the outside for Belmonte. He gets across the line. He'll take it to the corner. Waits. Backdoor feed. Looking in front. Couldn't feed it through. Ahmed on the attack. His shot misses wide. Belmonte from a sharp angle. Turned away by Healy. And we played behind the goal. Barrett scooping it up first. 2:45 to play here in the second. Alexiou across the line. Toe drag move. In alone. He scores! Highlight reel goal by Michael Alexiou. And the game is tied. What a move by Michael Alexiou for his first goal of the Central Region Championship, and it ties up the bronze medal game. Alexiou toe drags it around between the two defense and fires it 5-hole on Bruce. Michael Alexiou led the Titans in scoring this season with 14 goals, but he had no points through the round robin. As this one we move forward, Markham back on the attack. Outside, toe drag shot from Whiston. It's blocked in front, up and out of play. As a proud partner, the Hockey Hall of Fame provides players of the game for all championship games. The Hall, home of the Stanley Cup and hockey at its best. Michael Alexiou, one of the assistant captains on the Toronto Titans. They move to the outside. O'Neill across the blue line. He'll wait, leave it off, bouncing puck.
Assisted by number 15, Daniel Sulej, and number 10, Lincoln Pinaretta. Time of goal, 17 minutes, 21 seconds.
Backdoor feed is shot on target by Ellis, is covered off by Healy.
21.
Alexiou, the goal, assists from Sulej and Pinaretta. Here's the last chance for the Waxers. Face off one back as Billingsley. Long shot in. It's blocked in front and moved out. Nice chip play by Tavernese as the stick of McMullen got knocked out of his hands. Billingsley posting up O'Neill to protect the puck as it's worked back out neutral. Martin tries to go through the legs of Armour, but he's blocked off right at the blue line. No penalties to this point in the bronze medal game. Armour skates it up ice to O'Neill. O'Neill drops it off nobly. Return feed. O'Neill cutting towards the goal. Couldn't get the backhand shot off. O'Neill tried to play it up to the point, but Armour was cutting towards the middle. Miscommunication between the two sides, and it clears all the way back to Healy. Both teams getting some fresh bodies out there for the final minute 16. Tavernese to the outside. He'll take it behind the goal. Goes for a skate right over the middle as it's up at the point for Kamaker, but blocked in front. Silver has difficulties clearing the line as he's being hounded by Pursley as Pursley takes him into the boards. DeFilippis chips it up and taken away by Alexiou. He's in with burst of speed. A nice move as it'll be shuffled below the goal line. Pursley chopping away at it. Silver to it first. Alexiou takes it away. McMullen will pin him against the boards. Balanek comes to help out as Silver moves it up for Costanza. Costanza across the middle, intercepted Alexiou. He'll shuffle it forward for Balanek. Balanek to the outside, avoids the hip check from DeFilippis as he'll spin it back. Balanek to the point. Angers hits the brakes as he trying to leave it off for Balanek as Gata will work it out the other way. He'll chip it around Balanik as here comes Silver one-on-one with Kamiger. Silver over the middle. He fires a shot turned away by Healy. Balanik will scoop it up. 6 seconds on the clock. One last push for Toronto. Outside, a long shot in block. Rebound chance. Knocked down Pursley. He scores! Buzzer beater goal from Connor Pursley. And the Titans take the lead into the locker room. Connor Pursley with mere milliseconds on the clock catches Bruce by surprise and fires it into the back of the goal. As both teams will head to the locker room. Toronto, the late lead as we head to the third period of the bronze medal game. You don't want to miss any action here on the OHF's YouTube channel. It's the Titans and Waxers third period action with the bronze medal on the line. Up next.
Canada's best men's under-18 club teams come to Peterborough this spring for the 2026 TELUS Cup. Who will follow in the footsteps of the greats that have come before? Catch all the action live from April 20th to 26th at the Peterborough Memorial Centre. Tickets are available now at hockeycanada.ca/TELUS Cup.
I love hockey. I always have since I was a kid. And the first shift is what got me into playing hockey.
In 2014, Hockey Canada and Bauer set out to create a program that would help introduce hockey to new-to-hockey families across the country. This program is called the First Shift. More than 10 years ago, Tim laced up the skates for the first time ever through a First Shift program in Scarborough.
Back in 2014, my parents first heard about the First Shift program through one of the local community centers. My parents immigrated to Canada several decades ago. They actually didn't know anything about hockey, even when we started. My siblings and I, we would watch it on YouTube, we would listen to the games on the radio, but we didn't really know much about how the game was played. And because of this First Shift program, we actually learned a lot about hockey. Without it, I don't believe that we would have been playing on the ice. Trying on hockey equipment for the first time was a very exciting experience. I'd only seen hockey equipment on the professionals and seen them on the ice, seen clips of them. Putting all the gear on, it was like I was one of them. Something that I remember most about the First Shift, the welcome event, was how overwhelming it was. All the gear, all the people. I really didn't know what was going on, but the fit experts were very professional. They knew what they were doing. They walked us through everything, and just the excitement afterwards is something that really stuck with me. Something that still stands out to me from that first experience is the coaches. Stepping out onto the ice for the first time was very exhilarating. I was a bit nervous, but the coaches, they took care of those nerves right away. And after that, it was just fun. After the first shift, what kept me involved in hockey was the sanctioned minor program, the Scarborough Ice Raiders. I played with them for several years. First shift means a lot to me personally. It kind of shaped my life growing up because without this program, I wouldn't have gotten into hockey. Without hockey, I don't think I would be the kind of person I am. Being able to play on a team, work with teammates, day in, day out, build that sense of community is something that shaped my life throughout.
Having great, fit experts is outstanding. They are the heart and soul of this program. Having experts such as Tim convey their love of the game and their expert advice on equipment fitting reassures family and begins their hockey journey in the best possible way.
It feels awesome to give back to the program that started my hockey journey. I'm very grateful to First Shift, and I'm grateful to be back here and be able to be on the other side, give back to other kids, give back to my community. So something that I would say to a family that's considering the First Shift program is that it's absolutely worth it. You're getting a full set of gear and ice time at such an affordable cost. You're also getting memories that your child will be able to carry with them through the rest of their life. It's something that you'll never forget.
I had a really rough year, obviously. It kind of brought some light to what had happened to me. And
you know, it was really perseverance in the face of adversity. Non-hockey related injury, but one of significance.
Getting the news that he had the fractures, and it was a compression fracture, and him not being able to move and just waiting for the news to see if he needed surgery or if he was going to be able to walk, if it had hit any nerves. It was frightening.
it was hard, but what motivated me was the support I had around me. I felt like I couldn't fail.
With Dominic, he didn't walk away from hockey through his recovery. He continued to participate as best he could.
Hockey's taught me you got to do the hard thing, because usually the hard thing is the right thing to do. That perseverance, just pushing yourself through hard things, and it's helped shape the values of my whole personnel overall.
Today, everybody's busy. And to see young people like Dominic with the opportunity to set aside time to contribute to community is very important.
I want kids to have the same experience I had when I was a kid. I went to Knights games when I was younger, and you come home with a mini stick or a puck, and it's like the best thing ever. I think a lot of people bond over hockey and what it's given to them, so I want to give the same to the future youth.
Having a scholarship program, it just allows us to recognize some of those individuals that have just taken that to the next level.
I mean, I cried. I was super proud of him being recognized for such an amazing award.
Obviously, I wasn't able to work for about 6 months. It's helped me and my family a lot, just paying for school and it being less of a burden.
It's not about just developing a hockey player. It's about developing good citizens.
So that specific shooting drill that we were working on today is to help give them those extra shooting techniques so that in a game-like situation, they're not just using one or two, they've got multiple ways of being able to shoot the puck. Not only does that make it more difficult for the defenseman to defend, but also for that goaltender to not only track it, but making sure that they're able to square up on the puck as well. So just helps them become more of that lethal player that they're looking for at that elite level.
Out here, we're working on a lot of transitioning, walking the blue line, puck retrievals. Lots of that has to do with being able to take good angles to pucks, good routes to pucks, being able to shoulder check, being able to execute some deception. There's a setup, there's a trap, there's a payoff to every move. So making sure that the players are understanding the process in how to identify danger, identify options, and how to misdirect players under a stressful environment.
So a lot of our focus points here at the Program of Excellence Under 15 is going to be helping the goaltenders a lot with their preparation before the shot. Things like leading with the eyes, scanning the ice before they make their movements, being able to put themselves into the right places at the right times, and ultimately set themselves up for success when the shot comes off the stick. We're also going to be tying in a couple small technical areas where we're talking about a lot of sequencing in their movement, about how the body is supposed to operate from the top of the head down into their skates in order to generate that real strong and effective movement.
back, ladies and gentlemen, inside the Angus Glen Community Centre. It's the bronze medal game from the Central Region Championship, and it's the Toronto Titans who hold the slim 1-goal lead. Bronze medal on the line. Here's the goal from Michael Alexiou. The incredible individual effort. The toe drag move in tight. He was able to squeak it through the legs of James Bruce, making his first start of the Central Region Championship. And here was the buzzer beater from Connor Pursley. It got dropped off. Pursley knocks it down with the glove, and he beat it past Bruce with less than a second to play. Toronto taking the 3-2 lead into the locker room as we are ready for third period action from the bronze medal game. Action underway as it'll be taken by Markham into their own territory. Bodner long feed across. Whiston across the line. Shuffle pass forward as it's tipped towards the goal. Sharp angle shot turned away by Healy. Taken away, Martin from a sharp angle. Moves it over the middle. It'll be played to the corner by Filipponi. Alexiou to Balanik. Across the line, but trying to fit the pass through, but it was blocked off by Ishvaran. Nobly behind the goal. He'll move it up for Barrett. He waits on the blue line, shuffles it forward, intended for Filipponi, but it hops his stick. Ishvaran taps it to the boards. Balanik behind the goal. He'll try and work it out as Alexiou moves it up the line. Barrett. Long shot on, up and over the goal, as it'll be taken by Whiston behind his net. Balanik swings it back down low to the middle. Nobly has trouble controlling it. Backdoor feed as Whiston will scoop it up, play it high off the glass and out of the zone. It goes right on target as Healy quickly plays it out to Filipponi as Martin pressing with the attack. Toronto getting some fresh bodies out as Balanik will head for a change. Filipponi goes fakes behind going the goal as Aloisi was cutting up the middle. That one off the skate of McMullen. Billingsley controls. McMullen near side will be tipped into the offensive end by Belmonte. Kamenker behind the goal. Rings it off the boards as Pursley has it jump off his stick. Billingsley at the point. Down for Anselmo. He crashes on the goal. It's off the side of the net. Aloisi, Anselmo. Angers and Aloisi get tied up as Pursley will walk it out. He is the game-deciding goal at this point. The last second goal to end the second. Belmonte up to the point. McMullen a long shot in. Bouncing puck. It's off the head of Healy. Took a weird bounce and the Titans netminder lost vision of it as Pavlovic a nice move. Into the offensive end. Forehand shot turned away by Bruce. Angers dances on the blue line, just holds the line as it's worked out by Belmonte. McMullen feed across as Angers takes in his own end. Angers to Kamenker. Long feed up the middle as Pavlovic will work it the other way. Pavlovic across the line. Billingsley into the corner. He'll chip it up the boards. Knocked free as Lacona on the attack. Pinned away by Billingsley as it's worked out the other way. Billingsley to Silver. Costanza across the line. Backdoor feed intended for Silver. He'll scoop it up off the bounce of the dasher. Penoretta leaves it off. Kamenker looks to start the breakout as Lacona will bash it out to center. Bodner takes. Bodner over the middle and pass intended for Gata as it sent down the length of the ice. No icing the call. Armour. Fans on the breakout attempt as they'll get the puck back and swing it around for Devenish. Devenish through neutral as they'll get to the red line and backhand it in deep behind the goal of Bruce. 16:23 to go in the third. Titans holding the 1-goal lead. Moved up the middle as Gata will go in transition. He'll work it 1-on-2 against the Titans. Flip it into the offensive end and go on the chase. Gata takes Armour into the boards as Pinoretta will work it out the other way. Poked off his stick by Bruno. Pinoretta looking to work around the goal. Bruno knocks it free as scooped up by Armour. Ryan Armour moves it out. Tavernese ties him up. Still taking his own end. Drop pass for Armour. Armour shuffles it forward. Pinaretta. He's across the line. Knocked off his stick as Gladys works it the other way. Gladys looks to move over the middle. Knocked away by the skates of Barrett. And Barrett will play it to open space. Ishwaran, a nice move around O'Neill as he's on the offensive attack. Ishwaran over the middle. Looks for the shooting lane. Moves it to Bruno as the puck hops off his stick. Up to the point, Ahmed. Return feed. Jumps off the stick of Bruno. Barrett will move it up to the line. Ahmed can't hold. That one just outside the reach of Ishwaran. He'll hit the brakes as nearly gets stripped of the puck as Gladys is able to get it out to center. Ahmed behind the goal. He'll wait. Markham looking to get some fresh bodies out. As Ahmed will ring it hard off the boards. It's taken away. Nobly the other way. Nobly over the middle. A shot turned away by the blocker. Rebound chance in front. Scooped away by Martin. Martin with a burst of speed into the zone. He'll take it to the outside. Fires a shot. Scooped up by Healy for his stop in the third. We'd like to say thank you to our partners for supporting today's event. Special recognition goes to Milk, a proud partner of the U18 AAA Central Region Championships. Dairy Farmers of Ontario are proud to support young athletes and encourage healthy, active lifestyles. Nobly and Martin on the draw. It'll be one back to Billingsley as he'll take towards the goal. Billingsley fans on the shot. Takes it to the side as Ellis centers it. Taken away by Balanik. Here comes Toronto 2-on-2 the other way. Balanik with Walsh. Balanik takes it to the far side, to the backhand, cutting towards the goal. Flick shot attempt. No goal. Waved off by the officials as it nearly got by Bruce. Jam played the side. Nobly rings it around. Can't get it on target. One-time shot from the point, scooped up by Bruce. James Bruce getting tested on that last shift by the Titans. It was the initial look from Balanik as he takes off around McMullen with a burst of speed to the backhand, and here's a good look at it off the inside post. Face off one back to the point. Kamenker across the line. As it'll be swung down by Angers. Right to the slot. Nobly has it bounce off his stick as he'll circle around the middle. He loses footing, but gets it to Walsh. Walsh fires a shot. Deflected in front by Bodner. Puck comes to the point as it's worked far side. Aloisi. He's got Belmonte with him. Belmonte cutting to the goal. Backhand tip play. Turned away by Healy. Up to the point. Long shot in by Bodner. That shot redirected wide. DeFilippis. Down low, Aloisi. Up high, Bodner. Long shot in, blocked up and out of play. The best chance of the period to this point for the Waxers. Stopped by the big netminder for the Titans. Here's the look at the Aloisi. Pass to the point. Shot blocked up and out of play. 13:32 to play in the third. Healy has stopped 19 of 21 tonight. Bodner to the backhand. DeFilippis return feed. Bodner has that jump his stick as Sulage applying the pressure. He'll bash it forward, but taken away by DeFilippis. He'll walk it out. Far side pass. Aloisi across the line. He'll wait. Tries to move it forward as it's knocked off his stick. Chip to the point. Held at the line by Bodner. Bouncing puck will be worked out by Alexiou. Alexiou leaves it off. He'll be offside as Titans have to tag up. DeFilippis works it out in neutral. He'll flip it right on target as Healy turns away with the right pad. Big rebound, bounces out to the slot. Devenish for Sulage. Looks for the outlet as it's moved to the near side. It bounces between the legs of Alexiou and worked back out to center. Anselmo hounding his man as goes into the offensive end. Pursley working with Ishwaran. Move right to slot. Sulage a shot. Blocked in front as it's covered off by Bruce. A prime opportunity for the Titans to strike as Cole Ahmed slow to get to his feet. Cole Ahmed, the 2010 born defenseman. stepping up big for the Waxers, putting the body on the line here in the bronze medal game. Costanza and Pavlovic on the draw. It'll be one back to the point as Filipponi works it far side, sharp angle, can't get it through. Will be dropped off behind the goal as Markham working it out the other way. Silver to the near side, just onside as Costanza hits the brakes, and he'll play down low. Silver to the slot. One-time shot by Billingsley, just misses wide of the target as it comes all the way back to the Waxers' end. Just McMullen scoops it up first as he'll get across the blue line and ring it around the boards. Barrett stabs at it as it's off the side of the goal and will be worked out by Pavlovic. He'll backhand it forward. Tomovsky, return feed. Pavlovic as he's into the offensive line. Pavlovic, backdoor feed. One-time shot. They score! Vincenzo Lacona on the give and go. And the Titans extend the lead to 4-2. Vincenzo Lacona, his third goal of the championship. And Toronto leads by 2. Kaya Tomovsky kick-starting that rush as he took the initial feed from Pavlovic, gave it right back to him into the offensive end, and Kaya Tomovsky, the member of the U16 Toronto Titans, getting on the board. Kamiker, he'll get to center, works it across the line. He played in behind Bruce as stepping up on it, Balanek. Balanek gets pinned off as Nobly scoops it away.
Assist with number 91, Kaya Tomovsky, and number 9, Michael Pavlovic. Time of goal, 8 minutes, 27 seconds. Lacona from Tomovsky and Pavlovic at 8:27.
Anger scoops it up behind his own goal. 10:54 to play here in the third. Long lead feed, knocked down and into the offensive end as DeFilippis had it knocked down. Walsh from a sharp angle. He'll take behind the goal, moves it to the slot. He'll be knocked away, but controlled by Balanek. He's bumped off the puck as Ford will move it out the other way. He'll back it off the boards in behind Healy as he's out to slow it up, and he'll start the outbreak as Kamiker to Balanek. Balanek in the offensive end has it poked off his stick, trying to dangle around. Ahmed. Whiston across the line, just offside the call. This puck stoppage is brought to you by Baron Rings, the official championship ring provider of the U18 AAA Central Region Championships. Baron Rings proudly celebrates the achievements of athletes by creating lasting symbols of success and excellence. Ahmed to the near side, Ishwaran, as he'll fire it in deep. Big bounce off the end boards, Armour first to it. He'll leave it off, Pinaretto moving the other way. Pinaretto off the near side boards, it's advanced forward into the feet of O'Neill. Whiston to the backhand, he moves it forward. Armour advances it for O'Neill as it's tapped forward, and Ahmed with some smooth skating, he'll leave it off Ishwaran. Lead forward for Martin. He'll move it to the outside, Ahmed on the attack. Saucer pass over to Martin. He couldn't get it settled in time as he doesn't get the shot off. Ahmed holds the line. He'll take the bump as Martin back to it. Martin to the backhand. Skate to stick behind the net. Looking to move it to the point. Can't get it free as Pinaretto strips him of the puck. Martin gets pinned to the boards, trying to kick it free for Whiston as he'll play it around the boards. Ahmed on the pinch. He'll just slide it back to the corner as Armour picks it up first. He has his pocket picked by Whiston. He'll wait, backdoor feed. He's looking for Martin from the sharp angle, turned away by Healy. Big rebound to the slot, knocked away by Armour. O'Neill the other way. He'll play hard off the boards, looking to spring himself into the zone as it gets behind Bruce. but cleared away from the goal. Belmonte across the line. Works over the middle, has his stick checked as the puck works back out to center. Waxers have to tag up. Back on the attack, Billingsley tries to pull it back, but Barrett takes the puck away from him. Belmonte chips it around. Pursley gets it around Anselmo as Pursley into the offensive end. He gets stood up at the blue line by Billingsley as Belmonte works the other way. Belmonte to the near side. Anselmo across the line to the goal line. He fires a shot that's tipped by Aloisi and wide of the goal. Belmonte behind the net. Shuffles it quickly out as Aloisi can't get a stick free. Suledge works the other way. McMullen takes long lead feed intended for Anselmo. Will be scooped up by Filipponi. He's across the line right over the middle. Pursley, long shot, blocked in front. Alexiou pinned off in the corner. Belmonte will ring it around the boards. Puck comes free all the way back down to the Toronto end as Tomovsky scoops. Long lead feed. He gets it to Alexiou. To the forehand, looking to move it over for Suledge as the puck will go in front of the Markham bench. 7:15 to play here in the third. Puck finally comes free as it's bashed away. It gets tied up again. Pops loose for Suledge. He'll move it down low. Alexiou to Suledge in the slot. Dropped up top. Kamiker can't pull the trigger. Moves it over. Tomovsky, a shot that misses wide on the short side. Comes all the way back to the Toronto end as Angers will pick it up with speed. Gets his pocket picked by Gata as Gata's in on the attack. He'll get pinned off on the boards. Nice pass off to Silver. Backhand shot turned away by the right pad of Healy. Kamiker, he'll ring it around. Lacona moves it forward. Pavlovic, he's across the line. Tries to move it off for Tomovsky, but behind the young forward. Costanza swings it back as long lead feed up for Silver. Tries to tip it in the offensive end, but he'll control across the blue line. Silver to the outside. He'll hit the brakes. Looks over his options. Moves it right to the slot. Just gets caught up between the feet of Costanza as Toronto out in transition. Puck moved to the weak side as Bodner moves it up. Pavlik to the slot. Tomovsky fans on the one-timer. Gladys over the middle. Taken away by Tomovsky. He'll fire it back around the goal and he'll go for a change as it's controlled by Ishwaran. Ishwaran cutting it up ice. Left the puck off, but it's taken away by Pavlovic. Pavlovic waits. He'll take it behind the goals. It's shuffled out in front, and Bruce gets a cover on it with 5:38 to play in the third. Here's the last look at the chance for the Titans. Pavlovic to the outside. Good puck protection. Lost control of it for a second and trying to shuffle it out front. But Bruce able to scoop up the loose puck. Up to the point. Nobly looking to get a shot off as Devenish will work it down low. It's to Walsh. Walsh leaves it off Balanek. He'll pin his man on the far side wall as Walsh comes in to help. Puck comes loose on the side as the Waxers look to clear, and they do back out to center. Devenish feed up the near side as they'll be left off for Balanek across the line. Still with control of it as he gets it finally taken away as Gladys across the red line. Bashing away at it as he'll be taken on the near side. Bruno cutting towards the goal as his puck knocked off his stick by Devenish. A strong defensive play. Bruno up to the point. Ishwaran, D to D. Ahmed, sharp angle. That one's tipped in front and just wide of the target. Nobly moves it around. Ishwaran in on the pressure. Ford to the point. Ishwaran works it to the weak side as Armour will scoop it up first. He'll go behind the goal as Devenish just fires it around the boards as he finds Balanek at the timekeeper's table. We'll just tip it into the offensive end. Bruce rings around the boards. Right in the slot. Balanek, a chance to the backhand. Shot up and over the target. Walsh. Ahmed. Ishwaran moves it up the boards. right to the slot. Balanik waits, fires the low-lying shot wide of the target. Walsh, right up top. Filipponi, a shot covered off by Bruce. Rebound still loose at the side as he'll poke it away. Filipponi, long shot in. It's knocked down by bodies in front. Balanik with it in the corner. He'll have it taken away as it's popped up in the air and scooped up by Martin. Martin advances the other way. Whiston to the outside. Looks to center as it's taken away by Barrett. Barrett, long lead feed up for Pavlovic. Moved over the middle where it'll be scooped up by Billingsley. Billingsley chops at it forward. Ellis has it taken away as Toronto back on the attack. Tavernise between his legs. Great effort. Tavernise to the front of the goal. Rebound chance at the side. Bruce somehow keeps it out. An incredible save by James Bruce, keeping the game at 4-2. Tadeo Tavernise really upping his play in the last few days. Gets to the front of the goal. Bruce turns away the initial shot, and Pinaretta fans on it on the doorstep, and Bruce gets the quick cover. Markham needing 2 here in the final 3 minutes. So when we played behind the goal, Belmonte up to the point. Long shot in by McMullen, misses on the near side as Angers will look to clear. No movement from Bruce from the Markham goal as O'Neill across the line. He'll walk in, moves it right to the slot. It comes to the point. Kamaker fires, turned away by Bruce, but the whistle blown first for the net coming off. After the game, we'll have the bronze medal presentation. We'll have players of the game, followed by individual awards, and the winning team will receive the bronze medals. This one flicked up, clears the line as Kamaker looks to get it back in. Here comes Belmonte with a burst of speed to the backhand, shovel pass forward, can't get it through to Anselmo. Kamaker, a nice move to evade Aloisi as Nobly moves it up for Sulich. Sulich, backdoor feed, tried to fit it through to Lacona as it's taken away by the Waxers. Long pass across, intercepted by Sulich. Titans back on the offensive attack. Sulich to the outside, he'll swing it down low, Lacona. Wrap around attempt as the net comes off, I believe. No stoppage. We're going the other way. Belmonte, he's across the line. Anselmo, backdoor feed. Chance at tight. Great save by Healy. He denies Aloisi as on the near side. Sulich and Anselmo getting into it. .150 to play. We hadn't seen a penalty to this point in the game. Took 58 minutes and 10 seconds. And even after all of that, I don't believe they are calling a penalty. They won't be. They'll let them play. As it was the great save by Healy. Timeout for the Waxers. 1:50 on the clock. Shots 29-24 in favor of the Titans. Goal will be empty for the Waxers, as they'll go 6-on-5, looking for 2 quick ones. We haven't got to see either team's power plays, but going 6-on-5, Markham has struggled on the man advantage this tournament, just 3 for 24. All 3 goals coming against the Waterloo Wolves. Scored 2 on Friday night's game and scored 1 in yesterday's game. They were 0 for 16 through the first 4 days of the Central Region Championship. Martin on the draw against Pavlovic. 6-on-5 for the Waxers. Faceoff will be won back as Barrett rings it around the boards. Pursley trips over the blue line as he moves it back. Kamenker stepping up. He'll move it in the middle, knocked down by Ellis. He'll play to open space, but Alexiou chops at it up and out of play. We'll have a face-off at 137 on the Markham end of the neutral zone. Bruce stays put on the bench. Pays off one back by Belmonte as Ishran will spin back. Belmonte carves through neutrals. It will be played in the offensive end. He's going to be first on the puck in the corner. He'll ring it back as Alexiou with the pressure. Barrett looks to clear the line. He'll just play it off the glass. Control of the blue by Ishran. Long shot in. Backdoor feed. Fires the shot. They score. Gavin Whiston gets the Waxers to within one with 1:11 to play in the third. So don't go anywhere yet. 71 seconds to play, and Markham has cut the lead to 1. Healy made the initial stop, but the sprawling effort to try and get the rebound as a long shot from Ishran tipped in front, and Whiston hopping on the rebound. Timeout for the Titans. Gavin Whiston, 13 goals in the OMHA this season for the Markham Waxers. He's got 3 goals and 3 assists for the Waxers here in the Central Region Championship. He scored the game-clinching goal in overtime against the Whitecaps in the OMHA Finals. We'll say the goal was unassisted, but Ishran's point shot was the one that was tapped home by Whiston. When talking to Dan Daou about Fisher Ishran, he mentioned he's their #1 guy. He moves the puck well. He sees the ice very well. He's a very team-first guy. Does his job and does not complain. 71 seconds to play. Bruce back in the cage for now, but playing high at the hash marks, as Martin will go back to control in his own end. The last minute of play here in the third. Belmonte will take across the red line. He'll move it into open space. Waxer's just on side. Nobly plays it behind the goal. Devonish looking for the clear as he'll get it all the way out to center. And DeFilippis has to go back to get the puck. 43 seconds and ticking. Up for Belmonte. He'll get across the red line and fire it into the corner. Devonish first to it, rings it around the boards as Ishran coming down on the pinch. Puck comes free for Stulich, bouncing around puck. He'll be moved up for Pursley just outside his reach as Belmonte's first to it. Whiston looks to get in the zone, but it's cleared right back out to center as he'll be fired in. We've got a tag up as Healy leaves it behind the goal. Kamenker, he'll go for the pin. 15 seconds left on the clock. It's worked free. Anselmo tries to kick it loose. Kamenker goes for the pin. It's worked out in front of Devonish. Moves it to open ice, but doesn't clear the line, and Sulej does. And that's gonna do it. The Toronto Titans are the bronze medalists of the Central Region Championship.
Waxers 3. Final shots on goal, Toronto 30, Markham 24. As both teams to please line up with their respective blue lines for the presentation of the Player of the Game, individual awards, and bronze medals.
Final shots on goal, 30-24 in favor of the Titans. Shots were 9-8 in favor of the Titans in that third period, and both teams exchanged a goal. A valiant effort by the Markham Waxers, the hosts of the Central Region Championship. Both teams will now line up on the blue lines, and Player of the Game awards will be first. Setting out the red carpets as Titans really backstopped by that big second period. 2 late goals. The first one, the toe drag effort by Michael Alexiou. And then followed up by Connor Pursley, the goal with less than a second on the clock. Here's the first goal of the game by Jaden O'Neill. Lost control of it and fired it past James Bruce. James Bruce had a fantastic showing in his first U18 game of the Central Region Championship. He stopped 26 of 30 in this game.
As a proud sponsor of the Hockey Hall of Fame, players of the game are receiving a free pass to the Hockey Hall of Fame, home of the Stanley Cup, and hockey at its best. Additionally, players of the game are receiving a commemorative mug. The player of the game for the Markham Waxers, defenseman number 19, Benny Billingsley.
Player of the game for the Markham Waxers, it's Benny Billingsley. Billingsley was really strong for the Waxers throughout the tournament. The 2009 born defenseman gets player of the game
player
honors.
of the game for the Toronto Titans, forward number 67, Michael Alexiou.
Michael Alexiou missed a couple games in the round robin. Back here today, and he had a big game, a goal and an assist for the Titans in the bronze medal, his first 2 points of the championship.
I'd just like to introduce a couple people coming out here to present the individual awards as well as the bronze medals. The Hockey Canada Director, John Kastner.
Here comes John Kastner.
OHF Director, Hugh Riddle. And OHF Life Member, Tony Ferrasi.
Tony Ferrasi alongside Hugh Riddle and
We're now
John
going
Kastner.
to present 3 of the individual awards. These were taken from results of the round robin selected by a panel of scouts and hockey personnel. First up is the top goaltender. I'd like to congratulate from the Toronto Titans, number 59, David Healy.
Top goaltender awarded to David Healy. He was phenomenal throughout the round robin play. He had a 3-0 record with a 1.00 goals against average, a .969 save percentage, and 2 shutouts. A much-deserved honor for David Healy, who backstopped the Titans to the bronze medal today. He stopped 21 of 24 in the team's victory.
The second individual award being handed out this game is the top defenseman from the round robin. Congratulations to the Markham Waxers, number 9, Fisher Ishwaran.
Top defenseman of the tournament going to Markham Waxers defenseman Fisher Ishwaran. He was fantastic all tournament long. He had 3 goals from the back end from the Whitby, Ontario native. He gets awarded the top defenseman of the Central Region Championship.
And the third individual being given out after this game is the tournament MVP from the round robin. Congratulations to Toronto Titans, Lucas Balanek.
Tournament MVP goes to Lucas Balanek, the 2009 born forward from Toronto, Ontario. 5 goals and 4 assists throughout the tournament for Balanek, as he was a threat every single time he was on the ice. And now it's time for the bronze medal presentation to the Toronto Titans. Or excuse me, the raffle winner first.
We are now going to be announcing the raffle winners from the U18 AAA raffle. We have 5 prizes for this raffle. The first prize is for 4 seats in the Toronto Maple Leafs alumni box, including food, drinks, and the meeting of Leaf alumni players, hosted by Dan Dawu. The winner of the first prize is Lisa Mora. Lisa Mora, congratulations on the first prize. The second prize is a signed Austin Matthews jersey. The winner of the signed Austin Matthews jersey is Omid Jawanshir. Omid Jawanshir, congratulations. The third prize is a signed William Nylander jersey. And that goes to Andy Sandilands. Andy Sandilands, congratulations on the signed Nylander jersey. Fourth prize is a signed Matt Sundin jersey. The winner of the signed Sundin jersey is Luigi Zacchilli. Luigi Zacchilli. And last but not least, we have a signed Doug Gilmour jersey, and that is going to Dave Day. Again, Dave Day, congratulations on the signed Dougie Gilmour jersey.
So that completes the raffle, as now will be time to hand out the bronze medals. Joining Hugh Riddle.
And now the presentation of the bronze medals to the Toronto Titans.
Joining Hugh Riddle and John Kastner on the ice, Annie Lee and Stephen Gauntz, Waxer executives. They've been helping run the tournament this week. Toronto Titans finished the week with 5 wins in 7 games.
I would introduce your bronze medal winner, Toronto Titans, Michael Alexiou. Lucas Balanek. Noah Krula. Vincenzo Lacona.
A little bit of a delay for Noah Krula.
Dylan Nobley. Jaden O'Neill. Michael Pavlovic. You want? Lincoln Pinaretta. Connor Persley. Daniel Sulej. Tadeo Tavernese. Ryan Walsh. Jason Angers. Ryan Armour. Connor Barrett. Davis Devenish. Anthony Filippone. Ryan Kamenker. Cameron Hallett. David Healy. Kaya Tomovsky. And Eric Okavita. Coaching staff, head coach Jason Nobili, trainer Lindsay Ostler, assistant coach Anthony Novelli, assistant coach Rocco Lizzosi, and assistant coach John Eminger. Congratulations to the Toronto Titans on winning the bronze medal here at the 2026 U18 AAA Central Region Championship.
That concludes the bronze medal presentation. The Toronto Titans, the GTHL champions, come away with a medal as they take down the Markham Waxers by a final score of 4-3.
And fans, don't stray too far. At 3:30, we have the gold medal matchup coming up, featuring the North Shore Whitecaps of the OMHA and the Waterloo Wolves of the Alliance. Congratulations to the Toronto Titans on your bronze and to the Markham Waxers on a great fourth place finish here and great job as the host team.
Words taken right out of my mouth by Ed Matthews. You don't want to go too far, ladies and gentlemen. 3:30, the gold medal game, the Waterloo Wolves and the North Shore Whitecaps. It should be a great one. Gold on the line. We'll catch you back here at 3:30. Final score, Titans 4, Waxers 3. Don't stray too far, ladies and gentlemen. We'll catch you back here in an hour and a half.